What's up, everybody? Thank you for stopping by, and here I am once again. My name is Adil Mahmood Sakib. Some people also call me Sam. Uh, yeah, it's been a more than a week. I know it took a little bit longer, I guess, again because I was little busy with my test, and also we all was busy to put our work for the show, which is coming up April 9th, 5:30 in the evening. So if you're from DFW area in Texas, please come to check our show. And we have too many talented people. I'm not talking about me. We have some students. They're really talented, and I saw their artwork, like painting they did. It was just amazing. I don't know, they're like a very young 19, 20 or 21 years old, and they have such a talent. It's amazing. So if you have a chance to come, please come to see our shows. And I'm a little bit excited because it's the 20th anniversary of this building, Fine Arts building, and it's a little different than any other years because too many peoples are coming this year, and here is a chance to show our work, my work, to everybody. And I also did my teacher Rob Lenny, music department teacher, and he's very cool guy, and he don't know about it. Like I did his portrait, and it's charcoal, and I put it in the hallway, and I'm a little bit excited. Probably he don't know anything about it, and he walked the hallway, and he'll see his picture over there. I guess he will be happy. I tried my best to do it. And another one I did my biology teacher, Dr. Stamatis, Alison Stamatis, and she also don't know about it. Like I did her portrait, and I did actually two. The first time I did which was a scratch board, and I wasn't happy about it. And I also made a video, and I told, I ruined my artwork, and that was it. But later on, when I tried to talk to my teacher, Mrs. Coleman, she said, okay, we can fix that problem in the scratch board. And by this time I decided, okay, I'll do another one, which one was charcoal. So at the same time I was working two of my artwork, which one was scratch board and another one was Bristol board and charcoal work. So my teacher Mrs. Coleman, she showed some tricks, like I use a nail polish remover to work in scratch board, and which turned out pretty nice actually. Like I'm satisfied. I'm not like 100% satisfied, but I can say I'm 90% satisfied with this work. So I have a two of work for Dr. Stamatis, my biology teacher, even though biology is not my favorite. But yeah, I like her teaching style, and she's very cool. Like today I was taking test, and some of them art I did, and she saw that art and she said, oh, this is cool. And I was laughing. I was laughing because she don't know I put her like portrait in the hallway, and I was laughing like that. Like probably she will see and she will be happy, I guess, because I did my best. Maybe it is come out 80 or 90%, but I hope she will like it. And another one I'm trying to do, the government teacher and history teacher, Professor Castillo. He is a very funny guy. Like if like some people I know, okay, I'm taking his class, so they will say, oh, his class is full of fun because he is very funny. His class, like if I stay 1 hour 15 minutes, it feel like only 15 minutes I spend on his class because he's that funny. His lecture is very entertaining, and I'm trying to do his portrait on the ink. Is still in the process, and yeah, I have to work a lot. That's all I know. But in the meantime, I'm working on my voiceover right now, and um, yeah, it's taking a little time, but I'm happy about it so far, and I'm getting very good response from friends, family members, and from a lot of people. Like it's more than a week, so too many people are asking, "Hey, do you put a video already? I didn't see any video. Why not you're putting a video?" Some of my family members said, "Okay, I saw your video. Those are wonderful." Sometimes I feel like they said those are wonderful because they cannot say, "Oh, this is really bad," or "I really didn't like it," because if they said I didn't like your work, so maybe I'll get hurt. That's why probably they said, "Okay, you have a nice or cool artwork." That's what I guess. But thing is that when they say they leave a comment in the YouTube, also they leave a comment. Sometimes I put it in my work, sometimes in the Instagram. So they leave a comment over there too. So I feel really, really good because as a beginner or like not a beginner, like if some people leave a comment, like any kind of comment, good or bad, it helps. Like I know like it's been a more than 3 months I'm working, but I need to improve a lot on too many different sector side, like video editing or maybe my skills. So yeah, I'm working on it. But when some friends or family members they say, "Oh, I like your artwork," it means a lot. It really means a lot. I I love to work, and especially artwork. I like to work. And this video has two part. Of course, this video has two part. Not all the time I do the two part, but yeah, sometimes I try to make it two part, make it more interesting. And this time you will see my friend Peyton. She also go by Zella Louise. She likes this name. I don't know how she got this name, but she loved this name, Zella Louise. So I tried to put it her some of work in this video, like in the side, like when I made a video editing, and she's very talented. I guess she need to focus on her work a little bit more, then she can improve a lot better. And I know her more than 2 years, and we took a class together before, and we are still in the same like department doing work, and she's very good at like a clay work. Um, she's expert on like making like what ceramic work on color. She know how it works. Um, she's experimenting all the time, and she spent a lot of money on buying a what can I say? What is that? Like ceramic, not ceramic, glaze. I guess it will be better if I say glaze. She spent a lot of money to buying a glaze, and she sell her artwork a lot. She has very good talent, I see, and she did a nice artwork, I see. So like too many peoples I know, they're like impressed by her work, and uh, I know some of them are like her in the class. I'm trying to get their videos like in getting trying to get their interview in the future. But uh, and when I saw her talk to her, and she always talk about her fish and fish and fish. It's very interesting to know. Like other day, she was talking about she ordered a fish from Florida or somewhere, and she was betting something dollar, like $51, and she owned the bet, um, and she's getting this fish from Florida, which one was $51 or 1 cent, and she was very excited about it. it's good to know, like, people, they have their own what can I say, like, own interest, different interest. And it is good to have an interest different, I guess, like, artwork, clay work or some other work, but sometimes probably you are burnout, or maybe you are boring with, like, doing the same kind of things over and over again, so you need some kind of rest. So she's doing like taking care of her fish, which is very nice. And yeah, this semester I meet another student from painting department. Her name is Abby. She's doing like her painting class, and she's taking some of work uh, from digital artwork, which is very very impressive, because it still is kind of new, because you have to spend money on it. The Wacom or iPad Pro, they're little is expensive, and not too many people they know about it. So I meet her and I saw her artwork, and I told her, I said, can I get your interview? She said, sure. So maybe in the future I'll do her artwork. Maybe take her interview, sorry, I guess. Yeah, that's the doodle. I did it on Micron and the Bristol board. So
like disc. I don't have one with me right now. I was designing my house and trying to place a fish. So I started a little series so I could make it bigger. Again, I only use this, so nothing special. Easy peasy, something you can take around everywhere. Obviously this is nothing yet. Of flowers, which I'm really getting into, for the texture and the way you can make the ripples look on the petals, and it looks like silk. So you can go in with this. Kind of makes it look like the same thing, but they're still two different things. More flowers. We start on my faces with just the general shape and how big it is going to be on the paper. And then I always draw a line and I denote the cheeks first. That way I can kind of keep center where the nose is, and you can kind of see where I drew a circle to keep it where it belongs. I always draw my eyes like this with 6 irises in it. Which I've made quite a few art pieces with that, but this is just a sketch. For thinking about what I'm drawing, I'm usually listening to, a lecture or just somebody speaking or watching a TV show, and I'm drawing while my mind is wandering about something else. So by the end of my drawing, something has happened, like magic. Don't think about it, I just draw. And sometimes it turns out really good, and sometimes we tear out the page and nobody sees what happened. Oh, this was during a discussion. It's like a bunch of people from different angles at the same time. This is my doodle. This is how I doodle. Yeah, so circles are my favorite shape, and I include them in everything because they're so satisfying. And the blending of the circles with the straight, jagged lines, I feel looks really organic and sharp instead of it just being a very flat, no movement kind of piece. And I think the best thing to do with sketches and eventual artwork is to keep these little lines that didn't quite turn into anything, so you can see how your thought process moved into the final piece. Is that better? I was practicing faces. I kind of like these though. Just trying to get your eyebrows in with the cheekbones, making a set thing, your profile, saving paper basically. This might eventually turn into something, I don't know. I think I was doodling this in a doctor's office. Just playing with hair that doesn't look like hair. Just this various shading, so it'd be a little bit more realistic. Never turned into right. This is back to that flower series where I want to use dahlias. She has very long hair, little veil. I didn't finish it, but I know where it's going. This is summer wheat. She's got all the wheat and the silk, because the silk looks good with flowers and hair. It's kind of the running thing. Also women, because they're beautiful. This is winter. Okay, so the last one was summer to fall, and this is winter, and she's got little holly berries in her hair. This was my designing my fish tank for my fish. Isn't that cool? It's almost done. My fish tank is almost done. Are you excited for my fish tank? Are you actually excited? This is my dragon. He's in the works. These are feathers, because dragons apparently have feathers and also scales. Sketching horses. More feathers. I enjoy feathers. They typically get the most gratification out of feathers. I think they don't actually take that long to do, but when you're done with it, it looks like you've spent a long time on the artwork. I guess that's only if you do feathers enough. Because I know at first I had difficult time getting those where they belonged. More flowers. This is like my spirit animal lady. She has wings too. I have another piece not in this sketchbook of a dancer that was also a flower, but the other one is a daisy. This is a calla lily, which I kind of want to start another series of dancers becoming the same flower pattern, I guess, thematically, if that makes sense. More figures, just practicing placement for more dancers. It's okay to use the same piece of paper, and sometimes the more you sketch on the same piece of paper, the more it looks like a piece, and you can turn that into a bigger piece later. And it'll look the same, like you meant it to be the same, because you sketch it at the same time. Oh. This will eventually be a painting or a Prismacolor. I haven't decided yet. But I've probably spent the longest on this one out of the whole sketchbook. Yep, I like this one a lot. You get to play with the same mechanical pencil, so nothing special. It's just a difference of kind of lightly going and then going darker and darker and darker and darker and darker. And the more you use this, the more it'll get an angle right here. It's like it's almost unnoticeable, but that angle allows you to get a smoother surface area, and you can flip it and make hard lines once you get that sharp bit in, and then go back to sketching. It'll create an angle again. This will definitely be a painting, like a very soft oil painting with lots of blending. I need to go back in and resketch these legs to make sure they're proportionate to her body, but. I am Peyton Yates. I'm from Aledo, Texas, and I've been doing art since my mom gave me a pencil to hold to write my ABCs, but I refused to write my ABCs. I drew cats, because cats are better than letters. I think everyone has a need to create things, and since I've been doing art for so long, I know that's what I know. It's not like an outlet or a way to get by or an emotional thing. It's just obviously what I do. I can't not do art. It's just I have to do it. I like just graphite pencils the best because you can take them anywhere and you can draw on anything. Yep. And then obviously second would be colored pencils because you can also take those anywhere. Not really make a mess if you just want to stop in at Starbucks, throw down some artwork. It's easy. I think right after that would be pottery because it's very gratifying once you get the hang of it. Most everything that you do produces something nice. Even though it tends to collect on your shelves if you don't sell it fast enough. Right after that would probably be painting. Yeah. When I got married to my husband, he was in school, and I did work a regular job then, which took away from the time that I had to make art. But then when I met him, I think I really grew into a lot of my style in painting and in sculpture, and I just started to sell art a lot, to the point that what I was making at my previous job was just fun money. So I got to spend it on art supplies I didn't really need, which is nice. I have a lot of cool stuff from that period of my life, and we've been married for 2 years now. So he works and I do art, and I'm starting to breed fish. A lot of the stuff that you make, you're gonna feel like it sucks, like you're gonna want to quit, and honestly that's completely normal. A lot of the times you're gonna feel like you suck and you're not gonna sell things as rapidly, and then you'll go through a season where you produce a lot of stuff and it sells and you feel like the coolest artist in the world because you're so successful. So I guess the best advice is, first off, not to quit, and to put yourself out there, like on Instagram or Facebook. Make a Facebook page, make an Instagram page. Instagram for me works far more than Facebook. YouTube. I mean, I can't speak from experience on YouTube, so I can't give advice on that. But maybe one day, pretty soon, I'll start a YouTube channel. Yeah, really push yourself, but don't be that annoying artist friend that's like, hey, do you want to buy this from me? Like, to all of your close friends, because that'll push people away. Don't try to pawn your art off on people. It's bad. Just present your art, and if people like it, they're going to buy it. But make sure you're presenting enough art that you can make plenty of money off of it. And don't sell yourself short. If you sell a piece of artwork and you feel a little bitter about it not selling for enough, then you're not selling it for enough. Sell your artwork, not outrageously, but if you put 10 hours into something, sell it for at least $100. It's $10 an hour, and it covers your supplies. Just go by the time you spend and the work you put into it. And don't let somebody offer you $20 when obviously it's a big, massive piece of artwork. Probably does. Not trying to be rude, but you're just not where you need to be yet, so you have to keep practicing. You can't expect yourself to go at something first time and create this amazing piece of art when you've never experienced how the medium works or how the colors play together. So yes, the first stuff you do will suck. And it'll be awful. People might be amazed by it, but when you keep doing it later, you'll look back and be like, wow. Yeah, you'll get much better, more practice. Don't stop. Like and subscribe and leave a comment below. I think another good thing that you should be able to do is, if you cannot work at home, Starbucks is a great place, or to find a studio. For example, I pay them to use their space as a studio space, so you always have somewhere to go, and you just audit a class. Like, I'm auditing this class right next to us. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I use it as a studio space to create what I sell. I've been doing it for 6 years. I've sat in the same spot for 6 years. I've used the same locker for 6 years, and I basically know everyone. I think